Hey guys, I'm RozaldVane, and welcome back to another episode of Zero Escape 999, 999. 9 hours, 9 people, 9 doors is where we is the series name, sort of, in full for the 999 part. Anyways, I'm RozaldVane, welcome back, and last episode we basically decided on what door to choose to move forward. This is the second to last 3 doors that we're going through. But we're only going through 2 of them because nobody's around to go through the next, nobody was gonna get to the number of the second door or the third door that we found. So we decided to choose one, which takes us with Clover and Ace and us, Junpei, which goes to number 1 door, and then that forces the other 2 people from door number 2, Lotus and Seven, to join June and Santa to door number 6. So that's why everyone has an ability to go forward, at least. So that's a good thing. But my concern now is my distrust for Ace has grown way too heavy. And at the point where Clover said that she might be dying next, makes it even more detrimental for me to be like, I need to protect her. So I'm only doing this to see if I can sacrifice Junpei into the fire to see if we can survive but also save Clover from Ace's ridiculous, like, I don't know. I mean, he's guilty, of course, and he's been trying to explain his logic away to kind of revert, or to, like, not revert, but, like, to smokescreen affect the whole idea that we can't trust him, kind of thing. Like, he's trying to smokescreen it as much as he can, but I know I'm catching on to him, and Clover doesn't care, honestly, but she kind of does think that the same way, I think. But, yeah. We'll see what happens. Let's get to door number 1.
ナンバリングドアだ。
レッドもあるな。では私から先に行かせてもらおう。
This guy.
さあ、二人とも。
I feel like Ace is just trying to be an asshole, really. Clover?
さて、準備はいいか。行くぞ。
Go.
ああ。いつでも。
Oh, Clover's still staying quiet.
よし、それじゃ行こう。3、2、1。
Oh, maybe because Ace is going through first?
開いた。急げ。
I think Ace is going first because he wants to reassure them that he's not the one who killed Snake. But we'll see.
どこだ。どこにある。あった。デートはあそこだ。
This seems like a much more smaller room, though. Alright.
ちょっと待って。
ああ、止まったな。ああ、いつまで経っても慣れないな、この感覚は。
俺は慣れたくなんてないな。こんな馬鹿げたゲーム。慣れる前にとっとと抜け出してしまいたいよ。
ああ、確かにその通りだな。
さてと。
Time to explore the room.
ドアがあるな。入ってきたのとは別の。
For some reason, I feel like that door right there that we're looking at right now is like a door we can go to another room for, but I'm not so sure yet. Also, I forgot to mention, yeah, this will be the first time I'll blindly play into this. I don't know what to expect in this room. In the last 2 episodes, I already know what to expect up to a certain point. But in the last episode, I think I chose a different door, so that's why it's a little bit more blind to me now. That I don't really know what I'm gonna expect in this case at the moment. I mean, those kind of decisions on which door you want to go really do matter. It's just a matter of how you approach them, I guess, at that point. But yeah, it's whatever it is.
開けてみるか。
Oh,
操舵室か。
this is probably the bridge?
一宮、あんたは隣の操舵室を調べてくれ。
あ、ああ、わかった。
四つ葉、お前の担当はこの部屋だ。
I think it's a good move to separate the 2 for now, because I know Clover's gonna tell us why she's kind of quiet now.
返事。
うん。わかったよ。
よし、それじゃあ始めよう。探査
Let's go. Investigation. Seek a way out. Seek a way out. Alrighty. So that's the room we're in terms of the map. Alrighty. Oh. I didn't know this was a thing. You can just use the WASD to like have a cursor in the middle of the thing. No, I'm good. Man, I want to speak with Clover, but I can't figure that out. Alright, let's check the desk out. I mean, these kind of have compartments in them, so why not? The right drawer. Let's have a look. Nothing. Let's have a look. Nothing. The left drawer. Let's have a look. Nothing. Pocket watch. Okay.
懐中時計か。ちょっと見せてもらえるかね。
Wait, weren't you supposed to be in the other room? Ace, why the hell are you still in this room, for Christ's sake?
おいおい、なんであんたがこっちの部屋に来てんだよ。
Go back to your room, bastard.
ちょっと様子を見に来ただけだよ。いけないのかい。
Yes, it is.
別に行けないってわけじゃないが。嘘だ。本当は一宮にいてもらうと困る。
Yeah.
この部屋の探索を始めるとき、一宮を操舵室へと追いやったのと同じ理由だ。
It's funny because now Junpei is actually suspicious of Ace because I keep choosing the choices to make him more suspicious of Ace.
俺は四つ葉と二人きりで話がしたかった。
Agreed.
どうしても四つ葉に聞いておきたいことがあった。
Makes sense.
それを誰かに聞かれるのはまずい。というか、別の誰かがいたら、
Yeah.
きっと四つ葉は何も話してくれないだろう。
Very true.
だから本当は、一宮には早く出て行ってもらいたかった。
あは、なるほどな。そういうことか。
Why the fudge are you freaking... He's seemingly like very happy and very mellow, or not mellow, but very happy and pleased about something.
邪魔をしてすまなかったな。
Why the hell are you so acting so cocky, suspicious? Like he low key feels very like confident that he's like not guilty or anything.
うまくやりたまえ。
Then what's the point of looking at the watch, you ass? Maybe because he realized. I think he realizes that he and Clover and I are wanting to speak alone, and he kind of realizes it.
なんなの？さっきからチラチラこっち見て。
ああ、いや、違うんだ。そういうんじゃなくて。
そういうんじゃないなら、なんなの？
俺はただ、あの話の続きが聞きたかっただけなんだ。これまでずっと聞くタイミングがなかったから。
Oh, the whole like theory about being replaced part by part.
あの話って？
実験の話だよ。手術室で聞かせてくれただろ。今から9年前にこの船で実験が行われたとかなんとかって。
Wait, shouldn't we be asking about her feelings about Snake so far? Because she realized her brother's murder, and so why the heck do we have to ask this weird redirect?
悪いけど、今はその話
Yeah,
したくないの。
she literally just witnessed her brother's death, and why are we asking her some weird ass illogical or a very far off like conversation?
する気分じゃないっていうか。わかるでしょ？今はお兄ちゃんのことで頭がいっぱいなんだよ。
Yeah, because she was hoping that he was alive, and he was just moving ahead of them, but no.
誰がお兄ちゃんをあんな目に合わせたのか。
I'll let you in on a secret, Clover. It's all Ace. I can swear that much. That's why the guy's so freaking like suspicious, acting so suspiciously on around us.
許せない。絶対に許せない。必ず復讐してやる。そう誓ったの。だからねえ、順平は誰が犯人だと思う？
仮にセブンの言ってたことが確かだとするなら、犯人は2人以上ってことになる。
I wish that they could at least allow me to like explain my thinking, but I don't think they can. It's like it's funny because as the player, you can probably like if you actually think about it very thoroughly, I think the player will probably know more about the theories of what could be the case. But two people, I doubt it.
ニルスを加えて3人以上じゃなければナンバリングドアは開けないからだ。
そうだね。ってことは、
それぞれのバングルナンバーを考えればおのずと答えは見えてくるだろう。
Yeah, if you actually sit down and kind of try to calculate everybody's numbers, you can kind of figure out what the possibilities are.
ニルスと共に3の扉を開くことができたのは、あるいは誰と誰と誰か、もしくは誰と誰と誰と誰か。
犯人が4人もいるってこと？
可能性としてはないこともない。
But at the same time, if it was four people, why would, like, again, this is all motive based, you know? Like, this is all becoming more of a motive situation where if they do that, there's got to be a motive to why these four people really want Snake gone. But I don't feel like that would be the case because there's too many moving parts to having four people, and one could end up not, like, one's gonna end up defaulting as someone guilty.
どうだろう。私はその可能性は低いと思うけどな。
Yeah, because it's out of character for June. It's out of character for me because we both kind of hung out with her. And Seven doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would do that either. He's lost memory. Doesn't mean he's willing to kill people out of nowhere. Lotus and Santa, well, Santa could possibly be the case, and Ace could be the case because they both seem less likely. Like Snake, Santa seems to like remain quiet to some degree, while Ace speaks way too much. Usually these are the opposite ends of spectrums when it comes to people being guilty. Like if people want to stay quiet, they'll be guilty. If people who speak too much, they could be guilty. But usually people who stays in the medium side of those two odd end spectrums, I think will help a lot. But even then, yeah, like Clover's very silent, but I forgive her because the relationship's just not there. So the relationship's there, so it really discounts her out of it.
どうして？
後で教えてあげるよ。
Okay.
とりあえず今は犯人が2人だったとして考えてみない？
Sure.
ああ、わかった。いいだろ
う。だとすると、犯人は誰と誰だと思う？
It's Ace, but it could also be Ace and Seven. I don't think it would be Lotus though, because Lotus, well, actually, it could be Lotus though. Yeah, because 1 and 8 would be 9. 9 plus 2 is 2. Yeah, so the digital root would be 2, I think. Right? But the digital root we're looking at is 3, so I don't think Ace and Lotus would work. Ace and 7 would be 8. 8 plus 2 is 10, so that's digital root of 1. Ace and Santa, 1 and 3 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. So no, that doesn't work. None of these are it at all, I don't think. June and 7 would be 4. Sorry. 6 plus 7 is 13. 13 plus 2 is 15. That's not going to be it either. 7 and Lotus seems pretty out of place, I think, because it's weird. It's 15 plus 2, 17. Sorry, 15 plus 2 is 17, yeah, and then that would be 8. So that wouldn't work. I know it's Ace for sure. I want to eliminate all the possibilities of Santa being guilty and June. I think June and 7 and Lotus are not it. It's between Santa and Ace, but I'm pretty sure it's Ace in general. Alright, I'll take Ace and Santa.
一宮とサンタか。ニルス、一宮、サンタだと数字コンは6か。いやダメだ。ニルスとこの2人では3の扉は開けない。とすると
Are we actually going through this whole list? Are you kidding me? Santa and 7? Santa and 7 are the only two with the actual possible number of getting 3.
サンタとセブンか。ニルス、サンタ、セブンだと数字コンは3。まさかそんな。サンタとセブン、この2人が犯人だっていうのか。
Hard doubt, but sure. Oh, okay. I'll be right back. I'll be back in a clap. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah. Essentially had to take a longer break for lunch, in a sense. Came after lunch, so yeah. Welcome back for myself, I guess, somehow. Yeah, so in the last part, before we cut, we literally... What do we do? Yeah, we're hearing out what... we're trying to figure out the theory of who murdered Snake. Yeah, we're trying to figure that out, and we came to the conclusion that it's only plausible if it's Santa and 7. But again, I said this, like, I don't think those two would have that motive there. I feel like those two would have been weird to have a motive. Santa maybe, but I don't think 7 would be that kind of character, I feel like. 7 seems very out of it, I think.
どうしたの？
But anyways, yeah, let's continue forward.
その少し考えてみたんだが。
だよね。
But those two don't feel like they would do it. Only maybe one of them, but not the other.
サンタとセブン。犯人が2人だったとしたら、この組み合わせ以外には考えられないし。
なあ、ちょっと待ってくれ。
Hmm.
断定するのはまだ早いんじゃないか。俺はただその2人だったら3の扉を開けると言っただけで。
Yeah, because there might be a possible chance that something alternative could be happening, which I said before. 1 and 9 is actually a combination, and if Ace was the other guy who literally carries a 9 watch, it would make more sense. But if they turn around and like take Lotus and June as like hostages to get out for themselves when they reach the door number 9, I'd be genuinely curious like how that's gonna work out. But we'll see. We'll see if they actually take them hostage or something.
もしかしたら別の可能性も。
何？別の可能性って。
I like how Clover just corners Junpei on like what thoughts you have.
それは。
And Junpei can't come up with it because he's not like me, where I'm just like saying the thing I said. Like literally 1 and 9 is possible, but only if we knew if the deactivated watch can still lend power to the thing.
もしかして犯人は3人もしくは4人じゃないかってそう思ってる？だとしたらさっきも言ったけど、可能性は低いと思うよ。
どうして？
手帳とペン貸してもらえる？
ああ。ほら。
I just like how the sound effect of the sound effect of the marker moving. But this is a pen. I don't think it's a pen, I think it's a marker. Oh, that's an interesting combination. I think E might be a better combination of why Snake would have been killed. Yeah, this is the thing I was thinking about. I was like, why don't we just write it on a freaking whiteboard or a paper and just start thinking about who could possibly kill him and like kind of want to be partnered up together. I do see the possibility of it being 1, 3, 7, 8. The reason why I didn't think about that or didn't want to kind of go to that corner is because again, there's no feelings of like 3 and 7 alone enacting the thing, but it makes sense if it's Ace, Santa, Lotus, and 7, because Lotus is kind of like that kind of person who is willing to sacrifice people. Ace seems to be kind of like there, I guess, too. Like he seems like heartless about everything. Santa seems very mysterious, I think, in a sense. Even if he speaks kind of differently a little bit or acts a little way, he feels kind of iffy as well. And then 7, I think he's very neutral, but he can be swayed if enough people called him out to do the thing, I think. So I do think there is a possibility that 1, 3, and 8 are like the manipulators of the thing. I don't think June would be involved though. That's the funny part. June is not possible. Junpei is not possible because we both kind of don't have the characteristics to try to kill Snake for some reason, and Clover wouldn't be the type. So 4 and 6, 4, 5, 6 should be canceled out anyways as a possibility.
犯人が3人もしくは4人だった場合の組み合わせ、この8通りしかありえないんだ。
Understood.
なるほど。
ところで順平、私順平のこと
当たり前だろ。何言ってんだよ。
本当に。
ああ。
それじゃあこの式のうち B、D、G、H は消しても。
Yeah, for certain.
いいに決まってるだろ。消してくれ。
Yeah.
それからもちろん4粒の番号。
Yeah.
4が含まれてるやつもな。
そうすると残る。
Okay, sorry, I cut that forward again.
A と E だ。
Oh, interesting. But again, June wouldn't do it. I don't think she doesn't seem like the person who would be pressured into doing something like that unless she was forced to, but she wasn't acting that kind of way, I think. If at best, I'd say E is the best possibility, meaning a majority of people were like willing to kill people to get the better chance of things, but I don't think it works still. It's like none of these makes any sense still, even then. But I think E is the most plausible if they want to go, if the 9 theory, the 9 watch theory doesn't work. Like the idea that the 9th man's bracelet is deactivated, then yes, I'll take the E theory. Like the theory that 4 of them literally wanted to kill Snake because they think he's a liability. But I still do not see why 7 and 8 would have wanted that, considering that they need as much numbers as they can to get out.
いや待て。A はありえない。
Yeah, because June is not that
どう
type.
して？
紫が含まれてるからだよ。あいつが犯人だなんてことは。
Yeah, because I
絶
trust
対に。
that she
Nine.
wouldn't do it. She's not the type of person who wants to kill people for no reason.
信用できる？
Yes.
ああ。命をかけて保証してやるよ。
わかった。それじゃあ A も消えるよね。
消えるな。
そうするとどうなる？
E だけが残るな。
これってどういうことかわかる？
It means everyone besides the 3 of us are like are responsible if they actually work together.
俺と四つ葉と紫。この3人以外の全員が共犯ってことになるな。
Well, we'll have to wait and see because we don't know if it's guaranteed.
ありえると思う。
I think the chance is probably like 5%. 5 to 10% chance that this might be the case.
4人が結託してるんだったらもっと大胆に仕掛けてきてもいいはずでしょ。
Yeah, they would have easily tried to eliminate all of us.
私たち3人だけに犯行を隠す必要なんてないと思うんだよね。
Yeah.
違う。
まあ確かにそうかもな。
I skipped that by accident again. I gotta stop doing that.
それに一宮とセブンがつるんでるんだとしたら、私と一緒にシャワー室に行った時にいくらでも始末のしようがあったはず。
Very true.
でも2人は何もしてこなかった。どうして？
なるほどな。とにかく今の話を聞いて分かったよ。3人もしくは4人が共犯だというのは確かに可能性が低そうだ。 ってことはやっぱりサンタとセブンの線が濃厚か。
だと思う。
だが動機は何だろう。
Yeah.
動機は
お邪魔だったかな。
Not so much.
なんだよ。
いや、ちょっと順平君に話があってね。来てもらえるかい。
A little later, buddy. Wait, really? We're just forced to talk to him?
うん。
Now what?
話って。
実は一つ確かめておきたいことがあってね。
I feel like this guy is suspicious of us, even though he's guilty. Like, he's just gonna try to pull a 180 on us by making us suspicious of Clover for no reason. I'm just like, I don't get it. I feel like he would do that.
確かめておきたいこと。
ああ、ちょっといいかな。
おい、何すんだよ。
Huh?
ちょっと調べさせてもらうだけだよ。
おい、やめろって。
What is he doing?
なるほどな、やっぱりか。君のポケットから出てきた2つの紙切れ。これは何だね。
Oh, he's finally found out that I cheated for the number I wanted to go through.
すり替えたんだな。例の開票の時に。
And what's your point?
私は別に構わないんだがね。こうして自分の希望するナンバリングドアに入れたわけだし。
Oh, don't tell me he's gonna reveal his evil plan.
じゃあどうして。
なに、ただの好奇心だよ。気を悪くしないでくれたまえ。
くそ。
Wait, he just literally took me out of that conversation just to... Bruh. This guy... Ace is such an ass, honestly. What is this? Some kind of display? It looks like some... like a little... it looks like a electric scoreboard. I imagine it was added recently. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out his... his tone in my head of speaking. Okay, this is... I think this is one... I think this puzzle is going to be a little trickier because I know this one has to do with knots, I think. This isn't good. So many drawers, but nothing inside of them. A desk. Anything in the drawers? Nope. A compass. It appears to be broken, however. You see, the glass cover has been smashed to pieces. There's another room on the other side of the window. Okay. And I noticed this door has the watch, but I'm guessing this is the thing we need to drop in there, I guess. It looks like this is some sort of lock. It's got a weird shaped indentation on it. Huh? This shape. Maybe? It does look like the pocket watch would fit here. Nothing. I imagine the pocket watch is intended to go there. However, we may need to do something with the watch first. Okay. Let's see if this will open. No dice. Must be locked. Okay. Alright, back to this room. It's a wooden box. Maybe a case for letters? Hey Clover, you ever write letters? Nothing. The shelves are lined with books. Let's see what's in this blue one. There's something written on it. Ship's log. Huh? Ship's log, huh? New material has been added to the file screen. File screen. Alright, let's see what the file screen says. I forget how to get to the file screen again. File screen. There we are. Escape tips? Flowchart. Oh, oops. My bad. I accidentally right-clicked. The ship's log. There we go. A ship's log found in the chart room. The following is written on the last page. You leave soon for a new journey across the sea. After leaving port, we decided to head south and west. We headed south and west. We turned southwest to steer around the continent, then proceeded northwest. Oh god. We made port that changed our heading to east for a time and are now heading due north. Soon we will dock in the United Kingdom, the homeland of this vessel. Okay. I'm sorry, I clicked on off and then it just removed the screen of off. Okay, so this probably has something to do with that log that we just saw. This map looks weird. What is it? It's a map of the world, but the Atlantic Ocean in the middle? It probably looks weird because you're not used to seeing it that way. A world map with the Atlantic Ocean in the center. There's something on it. No, I'm trying to click on the something on it. I can't press these red dots. I'm guessing these red dots are like light ups or something, like LEDs. Trying to tell us like we need to... Oh, there's the pathway thing. Stack of nautical charts. Okay. A light. It looks kind of like a wilted flower. A chair. A chair. Clover isn't talking much. Well, I guess that's understandable. I mean, she's been through a lot. Really, it's more surprising that she's still together enough to talk at all. I mean, sure. Like, we got no choice besides the facts. Alright. Yeah, there shouldn't be anything anymore. I think I took everything. I think all we need is the map and the pocket watch. Maybe. I don't know. We should try to check out the nautical stuff. An engine order telegraph. They use this on old ships to adjust the speed of the ship. Like that gear shift in the car? Well, it's a little different. This device doesn't connect directly directly to the engine. In short, it's a transmitter. The navigation officer uses it to set the speed of the ship, and it sends a signal to the engine. There's a handle on top of it, which can be moved back and forth to... Hold on. Huh? There's no handle. You're right. There isn't. It looks like as though it was deliberately removed. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a good point for me to stop for now. So we explored all the stuff we could for the time being. It's a wooden board with a circular hole in it. We've explored most of the stuff we could for now. So I'll probably try to figure out the puzzle here in the next episode. So yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode of Navi Minds. Hope you guys have a great, amazing day, weekend, night, or whenever watching this, where we'll pick up in this particular room. Once again, once we get back into the space. So I'll probably have to figure out what the hell the compass is going to tell us to do. So we'll see about that when that time comes. Other than that, Roz out.